I'd really like to start upping the production quality on these Let's Make videos, so let's roll the title. How did you like the title? Was it cheesy? Was it corny? Should I drop it? Should I give up? Let me know down below in the comments. How's it going, everyone? My name is Trev Barnes. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. Today, we're gonna make a lo-fi beat. So let's start up Logic and get right into it. So let's go ahead and start with some filler drums. I'm gonna be using this garden lo-fi kit that I put together. Literally all these samples can be found within Logic, but all the samples together sound like this. I'm feeling maybe a little more energy, maybe a little faster tempo. All right, so I'm gonna layer some texture over that, and I'm gonna be getting my texture from the OPW by Spitfire Audio, and the samples we're gonna be putting on top of it is like this shaker type sound, almost kind of like a rain stick. And something that I'm not doing as well is quantizing any of these. I really want it to just be a very human and natural feeling sound. Let's see if there's any other interesting percussion overlays and textures that we can put over this. Something I'm gonna do as well in my lo-fi garden kit is put a vinyl static overlay to it. And that's just gonna make our beat feel a little more organic. All right, let's just keep adding layers here. I would like you all to know that my wonderful wife just brought me some pho. So now we have pho and lo-fi beat making, and my dog is here. It's a good time. So I'm gonna take a lot of the highs and lows out of this main shaker. I'm also going to make a track stack out of all the additional layers of percussion, and we're just going to distort it and compress it a good little bit. All right, so now we are going to add some guitar. And today I'm going to be using my finally fixed up Squier Stratocaster. I got this loaded pickguard off of Amazon for like $30, and believe it or not, it sounds really good. And what I'm planning to do to the guitar as well is just record some open notes and then putting them in the sampler and kind of chopping them and making something a little more rhythmic out of them. All right, so let's just go ahead and record some open notes. All right, and we are going to do the same, but use a different pickup, and we're gonna hard pan them left and right. All right, and now what we're gonna do is bounce these in place. We're just gonna call those the guitar sample. All right, so before I actually load them into the sampler, we're gonna come over here and just cut up the different parts. All right, so I got my different parts from that cut up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and open up my sampler. That way we can just take all these samples and put them on our keyboard. All right, so now we have all those chopped pieces loaded up onto my keyboard. And if I just... I have those little parts that I made all over my keyboard. So we can kind of change it up, get more of a MPC sound. So now I'm just gonna loop my beat, play around on the keyboard, see what we can make out of the new chopped loops that we have. Let's play around. So I think that that's a pretty good start. Let's go ahead and throw on Tape Mellowfy over the guitar. All right, I'm gonna put a really soft 808 over that. And I think I'm gonna chop up something else for kind of like a chorus. All right, so I'm gonna start adding high keys and sort of like the ear candy of the song. And I think we're not too far from being done. So I thought to add this cool, distorted, lo-fi sounding sweet overdrive kalimba, which is a stock plugin, but let's go ahead and lay over some kind of melody. So I went ahead and created a track stack with the two kalimbas, one real sounding kalimba, and then that lo-fi one I was mentioning. And those together sound like this. And in the mix, they sound like this. So I added this high strings and flute mellotron just to give it some kind of background pads. So without it, it sounds like this. And with it, all right, I'm gonna try this trick that I saw today on Instagram, where basically you put a reverb over the entire stereo, turn the dry completely down, and then use the tail, reverse it as a transition. So I know the trick works in other contexts. I just don't know if it'll work in this one. Let's find out. So I went ahead and bounced everything. I'm just gonna take the tail of it and work with it that way. All right, so now let's reverse that. All right, it was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. I think I need to EQ it up a good bit. All right, so I think that's a good place to kind of stop adding instruments and to start actually mixing it. So I know the first thing that I'm gonna do is sidechain the kick to the whole track. It's a very popular effect in lo-fi music. So as you can see, it's now dark outside. We've been making this beat for quite some time. I just finished my wife's pho that she made me. So to send appreciation to her, let's call this song Noodles. I genuinely hope that you guys enjoyed watching me make that song, and I hope that you liked it enough to consider subscribing to the channel. I've been posting every week videos like this where I'm just making music, plugin demos and reviews, audio production tips, as well as some different content where I'm diving into more of the philosophy of creating music. So if you're into that kind of stuff, I really hope that you consider subscribing. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace.